exercise problems I hope you have completed, and do let me know if you have any doubts in that. We will clear all the doubts and solve maybe the complete exercise in case you all have problems with that. In the next video I will solve all the full exercise. But for now, move on to the next topic and note it down. So in this topic we will be studying about the main topic, the main chapter. The chapter deals with trigonometric functions, right? So till now we have understood it as a radian measure of an angle and how angle units are. One is radians and degrees and how to convert mutually with each other. So now we are moving on to the in-depth of this chapter, that is trigonometric functions. So first I told you functions and trigonometry, if I am not wrong. I told in the first video itself. In that I told trigonometry deals with the right angle triangle measurements, and functions means it is nothing but a term which varies according to the variable. Okay. One such example I can give is like any function of a variable. This is read as f of x. Okay, this is read as f of x, where x is a variable, f is a function. This function can be anything. That is, it can be a quadratic equation, or it can be a cubic equation, or also it can be a exponential function. Okay, exponential function is something like this, e to the power x, if it is something like that. So you might have heard a lot about this word exponential curve. So right now regarding this corona situation, you have seen the TV news and all that, the exponential curve. You might have heard about it. Exponential, the corona cases are increasing exponentially. So that exponential meaning is nothing but e to the power of x. That is, the graph of this particular e to the power of x will vary something like this. Okay, you might have seen this particular graph in the news channels. So this is what is called as an exponential function. That is, it starts slowly. Okay, it starts slowly. Then it increases in certain higher rate when compared to that of the start initial point. So it slowly starts and raises above and above and above. It never decreases. Such type of a function is called as exponential function. That is, the graph of this one, that is e to the power of x, is indicated in this way. So this exponential is a function of a variable. Similarly, if I put a trigonometric function, okay, sine of the variable x, you know it is read as sine x. Correct? So this means sine function of x. So sine function, as I told you all, once I might have this one, you all have seen this, or maybe you all have come across this or whatever it is in this one. Sine graph. Suppose I told you all the exponential graph varies in this way. You might have heard about the sine wave. Have you all? Not heard it. Okay, fine, no problem. You might have heard about the alternating current. Correct? In the previous year, you might have heard about alternating current. And this alternating current moves in the pattern of sine wave. This type of a pattern is there now. Is called as sine wave. This is called as a sine wave. Okay. This sine is nothing but a function, and if I go on plotting the function of x, that is x values will keep on varying 1, 2, 3 like that. It goes on in different ways. Now if I go on plotting the value of sine in those particular values, in those numbers, then I will get a curve something like this. Okay, when I join those points, I will get a curve something like this. And this is why it is called as a sine of x, sine function of x. And suppose if I want to find out the cos function, this thing will start with the half portion of this one like this. Okay, here it has started with the 0, here it will start with the maximum. It's something very similar, but this starts one step ahead. This is a cos graph, cos variable graph. So in depth we will be moving on with the graph in the next, the coming part of this one. So we need to move on with this first portion regarding the trigonometric function and what is it dealing with. So how to understand what the trigonometric function practically means. So we consider a circle in a Cartesian coordinate system. You have studied in the 10th grade the coordinate geometry. In that coordinate geometry, you know one of the number line is taken, just a normal number line which starts with the 0 point over here, correct? And this is the positive direction, this is the negative direction. The number line. This same number line is duplicated and then rotated anti-clockwise and placed 0 overlapping on each other. Yes, this is a two-dimensional Cartesian coordinate system. That is drawn in this way. This is here and here. This is the x coordinate and this is the y coordinate. Here, So these things I have drawn, and I will draw a circle of radius 1 unit. I will take a compass and take the radius of 1 unit and draw a circle around it. Radius is 1 unit, I repeat. This thing is 1 unit. Radius is equal to 1 unit. It can be 1 centimeter, meter, whatever it is, based on whatever is the divisions in what unit you have done. So that division only, I will draw a circle, and let us assume there is a random point P of A comma B with the coordinates A and B on the circumference of the circle. So you assume there is a point P on the circumference of the circle with the coordinates A and B. So A is the x coordinate, correct? Now I drop a perpendicular down. I drop a perpendicular down like this. This thing is nothing but my A value, agree? Correct? And this horizontal distance, like this factor, that is this distance, is going to be the y distance. This is B, correct? Like that, that's why this is also B. Clear? So these two is over. What I do is I join these 2 points to this one. This is my center O. Okay? So now I know that the radius, this itself is my radius, correct or not? If I take it in this way, this itself is my radius and this is equal to 1. Correct? Now, let me name this point as something like Q. So, check the triangle POQ. Check the triangle POQ. I'll draw it in detail like this. I'm talking about this triangle. Do you agree if I tell it is a right angle triangle? Yes, it is right angle at Q. So then, after this, I can apply the Pythagoras theorem to that one, which says OP square is equal to OQ square plus PQ square. Yes, OP square is 1 square and OQ is A square. This is B square. Correct? So this one, so much I have done with this right now. So then, let me look into what is A square and B square. So here, this A square can also be represented in the form of trigonometric functions. So you all have studied regarding this trigonometric function in the last year, how to derive this particular relation in trigonometric function. Correct, no? So it is given by, that is, I write it here in the corner. Suppose if I tell this angle made, this one angle you are right now, made is x. Okay, x radians. X radians is the angle made in between. X radians. Then what is cos x? Cos x is nothing but the adjacent by hypotenuse. Correct? No? I hope you remember this. If not, please quickly recall your last year's textbook. You have all the relation, that is about the ratios of the trigonometric ratios. In that, you have the cos ratio as adjacent by hypotenuse. That is OQ by OP. Correct? So therefore, cos x can be written as, what is it? This is A value I told you, OA by 1. Okay. Cos x is equal to A. Agree? Cos x is equal to A because R is 1. Then similarly, in that one, I can find out that sin x is equal to B. Okay? So cos x is equal to A and sin x is equal to B. I will substitute in this particular position, saying that A is what? Sin x. A square is sin x the whole square. This will be cos x. This will be cos x the whole square. So this is nothing but sin square x. Remember this common mistake, don't do it in this way. This thing is wrong. Some people write it in this way most of the time. This is wrong. Do not write it this way. This is not the variable power x. It is sin square x. That is, the function is squared first and then the variable is substituted. Sin square x plus this is cos square x is equal to 1. So this is how we derive the first equation through a practical means. That means with the help of a geometrical. So what they will tell is derive this equation geometrically. You have studied in the previous year that how will you derive a ratio. You will divide throughout by that same particular side and then get this relation. Right now we are going to derive the same thing geometrically. Okay, with the help of a circle of unit radius. That is, radius is equal to 1. So this particular derivation, though not very important, but you should have an idea. Okay, this is how the practical meaning of trigonometry starts from. Okay. So here you will start this derivation by saying the circle of unit radius, then put in a Cartesian coordinate system, and after that consider a point A comma B, and then explaining about this diagram, then moving slowly on to the Pythagoras theorem, and after that substituting in the form of that trigonometric ratio and getting back this answer. Okay, so this is about it. Now, in the same thing, same derivation, you can see that this particular circle is divided into 4 equal parts. This is one. Okay, here it is one more. Here it is one more. Correct. You will know this portion is 1/4 of a circle. Yes. Quad. Quad means like 1/4, I can tell, or 4 parts. One circle is divided into 4 different parts, and each part is called as a quadrant. Okay, this portion is like this 1/4 of a circle is called as a quadrant. Okay, this thing is called as a quadrant. So now, what are the range of angles of quadrants we will see? First quadrant, this is going to have 0 degrees till 90 degrees or pi/2 radians. 0 to 90. Then 90 to 180. Now 180 can be written as pi radians also. That is pi/2 to pi. Then comes 180 to 270, which is 3 pi/2. Last, again it stops at 0 degree or 360 degrees. That is 2 pi radians. Okay, so these are things called as the quadrant angles. The angles made by the circle, that is circle which is divided into 4 parts, is called as a quadrant angle. Okay, so the quadrant angles will be something like this. The first quadrant, it divides into 4 quadrants. So first quadrant is equal to, it starts from 0 degrees to, we'll usually mention it in radians. Okay, always we usually mention it in radians. Why? Because here while deriving we have taken that as x radians. We are not taking it as degrees. Though degrees taking is not wrong, but while deriving we have taken it in radians, we will continue to mention it in radians. So 0 to pi/2. Then second quadrant is moving on from pi/2 radians to pi radians. Then after that third one is moves from pi radians to 3 pi/2 radians. Then the fourth quadrant moves from 3 pi/2 radians to 2 pi radians. Yeah, so these are the quadrant angles which you need to know about. Then slowly we can move on to the next topic of functions and we will explain the waves. Fine.